What's up guys, Diplex here again. Welcome back everyone to Men of War Assault Squad 2 and Rob's Realism mod. We're back on a map with another tug of war created by Grizzly. This is absolutely fantastic. He has made a few maps that we've played on previously. Very like realistic World War II maps, always very photorealistic. Now this map isn't a prime example of his incredible work, but it is a very nice map, and it definitely suits the battle at hand. So we're doing another tug of war, but this is something we haven't quite done before, because the previous tug of wars battles we've done are Star Wars based, and they've been very infantry focused and fairly simple, but this is some serious engineering. I think in many ways you could actually call this art. And we're gonna get straight into the battle because it's gonna be a pretty long one. So we've got Americans versus Germans here on this sort of Day of Defeat Source style map. I really love the level of detail, even if it isn't extremely high. It suits the game, and I think it's like realistically made, the kind of rubble that the destroyed buildings have caused on the street, and it just reminds me of like a classic Day of Defeat Source multiplayer map. So we've got one team coming in from this side of the map. I do believe we've got the German Grenadiers rolling in here. I can hear the armor as well, and we have American infantry on the other side supported by armor as well. So you win by essentially controlling 90% of the map. Essentially or eventually, enemy reinforcements will stop arriving once you've controlled the majority of the map. But the way this tug of war works is about 10 kills will generate a new squad. 2 light tank kills will generate a medium tank. 2 medium tank kills will generate a heavy tank. And I also think a squad kill can generate a light tank or a half track. So it's super cool. It's very dynamic. We're going to see plenty of reinforcements in action on this map. We're going to go enjoy some sort of like Saving Private style city combat here. And 5 rolling in towards the center. And once we're done with this map, I'm going to show you the inner workings of a scenario like this and what it takes to make this happen. It's some pretty crazy stuff, to be honest. So this is the center of the map, the town square. We have a Panzer IV rolling up back there. We've got infantry a little bit here and there. Sherman rolling into the center here. The pathfinding is excellent. It really is insane what he's been able to do here, and this takes a lot of time to work. And I think, as I've said before, I'm not sure I've mentioned it, but Grizzly has been working on these kinds of tug of wars for months now. And they take a very long time to perfect and finish, so it's always a pleasure to receive something like this. A half-track has arrived, a 20mm half-track has arrived, and it's set up in the corner here. It's established its position. I believe it'll open up on the Stewart if it gets too close, but that's not going to happen. What happened to the Panzer? Oh, shit! The Sherman delivered a side shot onto the Panzer IV. Nothing's gonna go up in smoke completely. American infantry is starting to dominate the map. I'm not sure what that 20mm is aiming for right now, but it's not targeting the Stewart. I believe if it did, it would break it down, but they're not targeting each other at all. I wonder if they have some sort of light vehicle agreement here. I don't think so. I think the Stewart is going to take it out any second now. That half-track is focused on something else, or it's broken down or something. Not entirely sure what's going on. We have more German infantry arriving back here. This is very close quarter. Sort of like the end scene in Saving Private Ryan. Oh, holy shit! Oh, that like stone pillar or whatever it was, part of a house, landed on his back and like broke it in half, and he's dead instantly. That was gruesome. They have to watch out for the debris falling everywhere. But the American infantry is pushing in here very well. There are still German reinforcements here on this side, but so far they seem somewhat cornered. Oh boy, there's just so much debris flying everywhere. This Stewart is still working, and so is the half-track. That half-track's gonna open up on the infantry. I'm not sure why they're not targeting each other, but the crew's gonna dismount after breaking down, and the infantry's gonna deal with them almost instantly. That Sherman is still active, though. The Germans are going to need Panzerfausts to knock it out. So that's one light tank down for the Germans. If they can kill or destroy another light tank that should be arriving soon, they will be able to receive another medium tank as reinforcements, because right now this Sherman is dominating the field. It's really interesting the way these battles evolve. From the start, they can be a little messy, but we're starting to establish a clear line of what's going on here now. So we have the German spawn over here, and the American spawn over there. They should still be receiving reinforcements. As soon as they gather 10 kills in infantry, they receive 1 squad as reinforcements. So essentially, these battles can be lasting forever. There is the chance of eternity and eternal combat, eternal fighting. This is literally hell. Endless war. Oh, that Sherman's gonna move. It's moving down on the street. Scheiße! Panzer! Oh, that's so awesome. They need some Panzerschrecks or Panzerfausts down here. Oh, the closer the Sherman gets, the more dangerous it becomes for it, because a lot of AT grenades are in the vicinity, and there we go. So right now we have 2 American tanks destroyed and 1 German tank. That half-track is still functional. We should be looking at more reinforcements soon. I can't wait to see what this battlefield looks like by the end of it. Crewman with a Colt 45, 1911. Look at him. Oh, he's essentially gunned down, and the half-track is moving. It continues. There's so much, like, scripting behind the scenes of this. It's absolutely insane. So there's also elite infantry. We've got airborne soldiers, SS, you name it. Look at them fighting around here. I don't know why that guy has snow camo. I have no idea why that guy's wearing a winter uniform. I don't think that's meant to be. I could not, in my wildest imagination, imagine that Grizzly made that a thing. That is just a random event, probably some skin mod that I've got, but yeah, that's quite the anomaly. Do we have any? Oh yes, another half-track, another 20mm half-track with SS's moving in. Yeah, I definitely think that's a skin mod that I have that's intervening. Hopefully we won't see too many of those. They do break immersion a tiny bit, but yeah, I do run a lot of mods. So I think that's just a skin mod intervening. Half-track is moving. It's gonna go kind of deep here. Lots of American infantry around it, crawling around there, trying to stay out of its aim. Oh. It's tricky, but they're gonna crawl around it. An AT grenade or a bazooka right now could do a lot of damage to this. Oh, do you hear that? Is that another? That's another Stewart, isn't it? Yes, another M5 rolling down the street here. We have a Greyhound on this side as well. Cool. Do we have any more German vehicles rolling in? No, we still have the 2 half-tracks. Still functioning. No German infantry support here, though. This thing has went ahead of the rest of the team, but it's just trying to gain the German team some ground right now because they're currently very cornered in here. Those grenades are doing a lot of damage. Many of them are friendly grenades too. But the buildings here in the center are starting to collapse. Yeah, a Stewart or a Greyhound could probably deal with the half-track over here, but so far it's given free reign of the area. And it's going to help the Germans gain ground here in the center. Starting to move up. But they're still fighting for the intersection here. Battling Americans in the buildings. Yeah, I do love the way the streets are like narrow but not too small, and the way the collapsed buildings, or the way the terrain is meant to represent debris and like destroyed buildings collapsing. I think it looks very realistic, and I do like the way it shapes the terrain. So this half track is gonna set down over here, or set up rather. Settle down, one could say. I don't know why he's using the old skins. Like, those aren't Rob's Realism mod skins. But maybe, I don't think that's a skin mod intervening, because the skins all have different names. Because these guys here are Rob's Realism mod units, but you can tell there's a clear model and skin difference between the two, which is a little confusing, but anyways. Stuart moving up, more infantry arriving here on this side as well. The square is still held by the Americans. The Germans are finally gaining some ground here, advancing on the Americans. Half track supporting on the side, grenades being thrown. Absolutely brutal combat. Urban. Oh, and he was killed too by the stones, dude. The flying debris is deadly, and there's a lot of debris to be flown, so to speak, around the map here. Look at that half track. Where's it located? Oh, it's up there on the slope. Good. It's going to be able to cover the square here almost entirely. So German infantry is moving up, but they're taking so much fire. We've got shooters up here in the buildings, BARs, riflemen, you name it. Mate covering the flank here from below. I can't wait to see some Tigers roll in. That should be pretty crazy. So far, no extra medium tank for the Germans. So they're relying on the two half tracks they have. Both still functioning. This one's covering the street here. It's gonna deny a lot of Americans from moving across the street. Right now, there's not much they can do. German infantry has regained the whole street block here, and they're about to capture the center square. I am certain that they will capture the center square right now. Oh, they're taking some 30 cal fire from somewhere though. There's Americans in the buildings, by the windows, you name it. So it's going to be a tough nut to crack. The Germans crawling close. That Stuart is an issue. I haven't seen any AT soldiers in a while as well. The Americans are still reinforcing the square despite taking lots of casualties to the 20 mil back there. Maybe the Greyhound and Stuart will relocate, but so far they're still holding the left flank here. There's plenty of German troop movement on this side, so it's vital that we have some heavier vehicles, or not heavier vehicles, but some heavier weaponry here on this side to hold them back. Right now, no AT grenades are being thrown, but I believe that's about to change. We're gonna see some. Oh, look at this guy. He's running close. Is he gonna throw it? He's gonna go nuts. No, he's gonna tuck it in. He's gonna reevaluate the situation, and he's gonna run around out on the street and get gunned down. Yeah, it was a little too close to throw that AT grenade. I think it was gonna go full suicide. Holy, was that a Panzerschreck rocket? It missed the, oh boy. It missed the Greyhound. There we go. Excellent, from inside the building. crewman jumped out. They might gun him down. Yeah, that 30 from the steward is going to get him. But that M8 is down indeed, and I think that will give the Germans more reinforcements. Because everything has like a score. So the better the vehicle or unit you destroy, the more score you get towards your own reinforcements, which is really cool. This is such a dynamic and random fight. Like, it's very even too, and we're seeing like so many developments here. Now the main battle is going on over here, and it's pretty quiet on this side. This 20 mil half track has locked down this side entirely. And honestly, about the other uniforms and stuff, haven't seen another Snow White soldier. So I think that was just a temporary error. I have actually got no idea what that was about. And the other half-track crew skin, you can't really notice the difference in quality compared to the other units, but I just noticed it. So the steward is backing out. Infantry's pouring over. How did he miss him? He shot right above him. Oh, that 30 is gonna get him. That's awesome. So this is it gonna back down? Yeah, it's gonna retreat because they're losing this side. The Greyhound is down. You hear that? That sounds like a heavier vehicle. Oh, an M24. That sounds like a fucking sick V8, dude. Or something. I don't know how many cylinders the engine has, but I like the sound of that. Could be a V6 too, I'm not sure. We've also got an M36 here, I do believe. Or is this a Slugger or a Jackson? It's not a Wolverine, is it? Let's find out quickly. It is a... I should never have asked. I'm denouncing my World War II knowledge by that. I think it's an M36. Jackson. Yeah, that's a Jackson, isn't it? No, that's not a Jackson. Or is it? Is it a Wolverine M10? Yeah, attaboy, it's an M10, of course, Wolverine. Alright. They look similar, they're both tank destroyers. They have the open top gun, or turret, so to speak. Drop top turret. That M24 sounds amazing, though. Do we have any German tanks arriving? Honestly, no. What the hell? And here goes the, there goes the half-track. Destroyed completely. It's smoking. Might even detonate. I wonder if the tracks are out on this one. No, I think this is setting down here some sort of static weapon, but it's going to be moving up again. Another tank? Yes, another light tank back there, Stewart. Where are the German tanks? They've been destroying a lot of tanks back here. Look, the German infantry has completely taken over the square now. They've captured the square over the last couple of minutes, and they've destroyed the other light tank here. So the Americans are sending in a lot of reinforcements. Trying to cross the street is a nightmare and almost a suicide. Anyone opening up here or jumping onto the other side of the houses are gonna face imminent death. There's a lot of American guns pointing at them. They're holding the tower here. I was gonna say church, but I realized there's not a body to the tower, so might be of other symbolic reference. Could be like the town clock tower or something like that. M24 is going to move around the flank to re-establish the hold on it. If they can regain it, that is. No American infantry is really following up, so German AT infantry is going to be a very, very dangerous element here for the M24. It's somewhat slow, despite being at... Oh, random body parts landing on the ground down there. Okay, cool, thanks. Okay, so the M10 is gonna stop. So the Slugger and Jackson is essentially the same thing. M36, right? Two different nicknames. The Jackson is the more official name to it, I think. I think Slugger is just a nick given more by the army, so to speak, or the armored regiment. So, holy shit! 2 soldiers dead there to the falling debris, and an AT grenade went a little too far. Where is the German armor? So far, a Panzer IV was brought in and ultimately lost. Oh, hey, a Panzer II. Chilling back here. Okay, I see how it is. A Panzer II. Panzer II. And this half-track is still holding down over here. Nice. The square is still German. The Americans are going to try and recapture it. Oh, the Chaffee. It's down, hit by either a rocket or a grenade. Probably a rocket. We have a Panzerschreck soldier right there. The light tank is going to move up. The Wolverine is still in a static position over there, holding it down. The Germans are battling the American infantry here in the ruins. Corner to corner. This is some brutal street fighting here. Oh. Bit of a body cleanse there to reduce bodies on the ground. Obviously, we're not experiencing any FPS drop, which is really nice. Battles like these can tend to get a little insane with endless amounts of casualties on the ground, so it's quite nice to have that out of the way. Oh. Another M8 is rolling in, another Greyhound. I wonder if the Lux back there is going to target it. Who will spot who first? There we go. Yep, it's seen it. There we go. Nice. That M8 is going to go down as well. I'm seeing a lot of armored assets here on the American side, and now they're starting to swarm it with infantry. Dude, they're pushing back the Germans. They're being pushed back here. As soon as that M5 gets in the range of the 20 mil, the question is, will it be targeted or not? Or will an AT rocket or AT grenade get it first? We'll have to find out. Not targeted. So that's gonna give the Americans some breathing room. Not breathing room. That's something else. And right now the American infantry is recapturing this strip of ruins here near the square. So they're going to be gaining ground again. But the Germans are still holding the square. Rocket or grenade. Something hit the tank back here. Or another one. Missed and probably hit the Sherman. This flamethrower guy, I don't think flamethrowers work in Rob's Realism mod. I've never seen them work. They never target anything. I don't know what's up with flamethrowers, but they just don't work. At least not for me. But he's going to stalk that tank and keep a close eye on it. Because I think a flamethrower could do some serious damage to the infantry inside. It would definitely cook it open and disable the engine. It's a very light tank, so it would definitely be affected by the flamethrower. Dude, this German is literally patching up. Oh, it was almost kicked in his ass. Oh, there we go. Kicked and shot. And the Germans are going to retreat from the ruins. Pulling out. And the Americans have recaptured it. Where is the promised German armor? We've got American tanks all over the map, and we have some tiny half-tracks and light tanks here after they lost the Panzer IV. The Germans have disabled Shermans and Chaffies and Stewarts and M8s, and they've not received any reinforcements in terms of tanks. I'm really confused. Are there any tanks stuck back here? Can't hear any, but the half-track, so that's about it. Maybe they will arrive in a glorious attempt to push back the Americans if they do take a lot of ground from the Germans. We'll have to find out, but they are indeed taking ground now. They're about to retake the square. Of course, we got that 20 mil now, opening up at any American soldier appearing up here. But it's cool. They're starting to really swarm the area now. Bazookas are moving in too. Look at that guy. You hear that? That sounded like something big. I think the Germans are finally receiving some armor, some proper armor that can deal with the light tanks and Wolverines in this case roaming around. This thing is still active. Wait, it's lost a lot of crewmen, probably to hand grenades or small arms fire, shooting in at the crew at the top there. Oh, it's a Panther. It's a Panther. Why is the Stewart not target recognition and target acquiring is so weird. Look at this. Behold a rare glimpse of a Men of War vanilla soldier. With great explosions in the background. A vanilla soldier with his vanilla uniform and his dirty, low quality texture pants and uniform and model. A rare occurrence. It's been a while. It's been many years since we saw this low quality models and textures on the channel. So that's a nice little glimpse. We've gotten spoiled with the nice Robs. But like, take a look at these guys. They're like from two different games. The Grenadiers with the fall camo back here. And the, or the, whatever they are, SS, I suppose, compared to the Panzer Grenadiers and the Feldgrau, which looks a little bit like Feldgreen. Looks a little green, to be honest. Well, the half-track is moving up. Oh, another half-track. Cool. Lots of half-tracks here today, but the Panther is looking stunning. And it's going to roll up together with the half-track. And they're going to gain some ground. Oh, watch out. That's one way to lose your gunner up top. Yeah, just drive through a building, have the whole building collapse on top of him. Very thoughtful driver. Okay, so the Americans are starting to inch out on this side too. The Lux is down. I'm not sure what destroyed it, but another M8 has entered back here, so it could have been it. The Wolverine is still holding here. All armored assets are pretty much down for the Americans. Oh, and another Panzer IV. An early variant Panzer IV. Or at least the one without the armor. The side skirts and the... I can't remember what it's called. You know, the anti-sticky grenade pattern. I'm supposed to, but I can't. Good camo, though. Very loud engines. Having a hard time hearing my own voice. Lots of smoke coming up from the map. What is that flying? Do you see that shadow? That could have been a helmet or a head. Flying really high. Well, we've got the two Panzers rolling up now. About to retake the square. It's very quiet around here. There's a lot of fighting on this side, though. Grenades being thrown back and forth. Infantry battling from the street corner to corner. Oh, airborne. We've got some 101st, some Screaming Eagles on the ground now. Some elite infantry. And I think in this case, the 101st with experience and training, I definitely think they count as elite infantry in many ways. At least more elite than the average infantryman down here. I hear another tank. Oh, a half-track. Cool. The airborne probably did arrive in the half-track since they have an airborne gunner up there. The Panther and Panzer is in a battle group together, roaming through the map. There's a little German infantry on the map right now, though. Oh boy. Dangerous territory. I was just about to mention that. To be around here without... Oh, he's going to use that thing as a battering ram to punch through the building. Use it as cover. Oh, that's sick. What a beastly panther. Or panther. Look. Look, it's going to cover the panther as it moves up against the Greyhound. And it's going to shuffle away any American infantry. And essentially frighten them. Oh, it's going to go head-to-head against the Greyhound. The Greyhound has no gunner. He's dead for some reason. Oh, this could not end well. Okay, he's going to ignore it entirely. Come around the flank here. Will the M10... Oh no, anti-tank grenades. It wasn't enough to kill it. At that range, he's going to just kill his friends. But no, it took it out. And there's an EC-8 rolling in the nick of time. In the nick of time, man. I wish we got to see some better performance from the Panther. Crewman dead up there. At the what is this? Oh, that's the that's the Panther he shuffled away. I was wondering. Or not the Panther, Panzer. God damn it, so many different P's to pronounce here. Okay, do we have a random 38 here? A random Panzer 38. That's interesting. It's very refreshing to see. It's gone in a second. Half track still active back there. Another Panzer. I think this is a Panzer E or F or something like that. Yeah, this is probably a Panzer 4F, Aus F2, I do believe. Yeah. It's going to be pulling back. Too much American infantry here. Barely any German. Oh, there's another snow soldier. Honestly, this is not... I can't imagine what makes that happen, because the skin mods that I have additionally don't really replace any skins, right? They add new skins to the game, like in a list of human skins that you can apply to soldiers, but they don't randomly replace like riflemen with a snowy rifleman for some reason, or a soldier in snow uniform. Bazooka hit the Panzer. It's not gonna go down though. And it's going to go up against the EC-8, and the EC-8 is going to have a clean target at it right now, and it's going to be down in just a matter of seconds. And the Americans have retaken the field again. Another M24 rolling up. Love the sound of the engine, honestly. That sounds awesome. Big explosion back here. So with the EC-8 controlling the field, and with that half-track down in the distance, looking very cool though, burning away, the Americans are going to once again recapture the field. Infantry rolling up on this side. Oh, a Puma. Is this a 50 mil? I believe this is the 50 mil variant, not the 75 mil. So, positioned correctly, it can definitely do some damage to the... I thought I heard another tank here. It can definitely do some damage to the American armor, but it needs to be given the right position and advantage to do so. I don't think it's gonna quite catch the American off guard though. Some infantry up here with the AT grenades could essentially be the end of this Puma. Or Puma. Here comes the EC-8 rolling around the corner. A hand grenade and a round from the EC-8 is going to knock it out. And the Americans are capturing the German spawn. The M24 is rolling down to the square as well, past destroyed American tanks. German tanks, of course. That's what I meant to say. But there's a variety of destroyed tanks here on the field today. Another half track is rolling in. It could have gone around the map, essentially. It could be the same one we saw back there. Yeah, because it's gone. So I think it's come around the map somehow. Because it's empty too. So I don't think it's dropped off any airborne soldiers. Besides, this is not really a spawn for the Americans. It's going to roll in, open up with some Germans. Did you hear that? Oh, here we go. Here comes a later model Panzer IV with some side skirt armor. And some turret armor as well. That half track is going to be forced to back off a little bit. That EC-8 went down quickly, though. M24 rolling up on the side. The M24 75 millimeter gun can probably destroy the Panzer IV here. If once again given the right position to do so. I think a M5 would have had an extremely hard time of doing so. Okay, it's going to turn around and... Is it going to flee off the field? I think it's going to try and gain some high ground and attack the M24 from above. Or from the ruins. But the M24 is going to pursue. It's going to chase. And the half track is balling around. Another tank exploded back here. Panzer 38. Not really sure what they're doing here in a late war scenario, but it's interesting nonetheless. I'm still really enjoying the scenario. I think it's super interesting. I can't wait to see who's gonna win. I think the Americans are about victorious. I don't see any German reinforcements. They haven't killed enough American infantry to get more squads. But if we kill a few more American riflemen back here, perhaps the Germans will receive another squad. Perhaps they're just there. Perhaps they're barely touching on the number they need in order to receive reinforcements. Okay, so a half track is up here, set up. Not really sure what it's defending, but another P-38 moving in. I'm gonna call them Panzer 38. I'm just gonna call them 38. Oh, infantry moving up now. This could be the end of the Panzer IV. No infantry protection nearby. AT grenade is out. Oh, he's gonna crawl by the gun. Another one's out. If they throw it at this range, it's... Oh, wow. One shot. Barely even heard the bullet go off. There's some German infantry back here. Like, a seriously weird amount. I think the Americans are about victorious. They've captured the field. They're surrounding the tank like in Saving Private Ryan. They're gonna jump up on it and jump up on it, and ooh, there goes another tank. Throw a hand grenade into the crew hatch and some Thompson fire in the viewport in the front. Okay, they're contemplating on what to do here. Lots of AT grenades being brought up. Let's see what this M24 is doing. It's backing up against the enemy. It's like, hello. Oh, there goes one grenade. It's going to shake up the whole area. It's actually going to kill the tank. Or destroy the tank. The crewman's going to dismount and they're going to be shot down. Point blank range. Some more debris is going to kill some more Americans. Debris has been so deadly. This has been a really funky game. I'm loving it though. And I'm going to go ahead and call this a victory for the Americans. It was such a cool battle. It was really close for the Germans to secure a victory. I felt like when they received a lot of tank reinforcements, and especially when they secured the square without really even receiving much of any support. And as soon as the Americans recaptured it, we saw Panthers and Panzers rolling in some serious numbers, but it wasn't enough to win the fight. That is it. Game over for the Germans. Hope you guys enjoyed this battle. We're not going to be able to see all the casualties because a lot of them are gone, but this is just a few recent ones. So compare the start of this game to what the map looks like now. It looks like a complete kill zone. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys soon again. Ciao.